Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Gerard, Black in the Philippines with the Truth. I'm going to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, all my new subscribers, all my, hey, let me check this dude out, all my scallywags, peaches, triggers, haters, lovers, and commenters. And you know what today is? Oh, boom, 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 boom. This is calling all comments on Calvin Sunshine's video I post on him. So it's going to say Calvin Sunshine calling all comments. And I'll tell you why in a minute. You know, I had a friend of mine who told me that I'm about to go through each and every one of your comments. So I may be on this for a couple of days, but at least I want to answer each and every one of you since you're taking the time to answer me. And I had a friend who told me, he says, Gerard, he says, don't be beefing with nobody on the internet. You know, don't be doing this. I said, I'm not beefing with them. I just put beef in the title because I know how a lot of people think. People think if you watch a lot of videos, if you put something in there negative or something like that, beefing, you know, it's like, oh, I got to watch this because this is going to be good. You know, it has nothing to do with it. It's just that after Calvin Sunshine, beef, that starts with a B. So when you click on Calvin Sunshine, you know, you'll see B and instead of something else and take off into my video. The same thing that that occurs when you are browsing something. You know, it's alphabetical. So I know that much about the game. But you know what's interesting? When you open up your internet and your YouTube and you see some of the people who you have subscribed to and whatever, and they come up. So, you know, naturally, Calvin Sunshine Show will come up. And I glance at the title. I don't watch his videos. I glance at the title. And the title it says, don't let single men around your Filipino wives. And I'm thinking, what? What the hell is that? You know, so immediately I got a response. Hey, you know, I got an opinion on it or something like this. And, you know, you have to understand that Calvin Sunshine and I are from two different worlds. Okay. He's probably more from the world, like a lot of his viewers are, from Trump. I'm more or less from the world of Patrice O'Neill. You know what I'm saying? Horry Cogham, you know, and, you know, their opinion on women, relationships, and etc. If you don't know who they are, check them out and you get an idea. So because of that, you know, I see the world differently than he does, and he sees the world differently than I am. You know, I'm a lot more street. You know, he might be a lot more, I don't know, white collar. I don't know, whatever it is, but that's him. And that's no disrespect. I don't know why people think that because you say something contrary to what somebody says is called disrespect. With that being said, let's jump into the first comment. This first comment is from, let me see. Oh, this first comment is from my namesake. I haven't seen it in a while. Jimmtstew. I always said I like that name, Jimmtstew. He says, just because you use the term man love of love you more when you communicate with someone doesn't give you the right to disrespect them. Now, how am I disrespecting Calvin? I never said anything disrespectful. I wish you to show me an example of what you're saying, how I disrespect them. You know? And it says, maybe you are the one who needs to grow up. Grow up. Okay. We all can use some growing up to do. No matter whenever you think you reach the plateau, the top, or whatever, there's always room to grow. But that was on something. That was on the thing about, like he said, you know, don't let single men around your Filipino wives. See, that's something like a lot of you watching this right now. You met your wives because you were introduced to them from a partner's wife's sister, a partner's wife cousin, a partner's wife uncle. You see what I'm saying? That's how the world goes round and round. And you talking about don't let her around your wife. I mean, maybe you should, remind her that she's married, because if you are that jealous or that scared that someone single is going to come by and pick her up, or you scared because he looks at her or something like this. Well, then you need some growing up to do. That's where the comment I came about him growing up is, because you can't be jealous about a woman. You can't. Look, there's an old saying: if you want to be happy for the rest of your life, find an ugly woman and make her your wife. If you're that scared about having something beautiful, So anyway, so he says, maybe, okay, if you show respect and honor to others, you will receive respect and honors from them. Now, how am I supposed to show respect to Calvin? Am I supposed to shine his shoes, kiss his ass, flock his wife? I mean, what is it that's no disrespect. I mean, what do you mean show respect? I tell you, I got mad respect for Calvin. I don't know how many times I got to say that to you. But see, in your Trump narrow vision, anything that someone says about Calvin, you take offense to. That's unfortunate, because opinions are just that, opinions. And Jimmy, you should lighten up, man. You should lighten up. It was just my opinion, or some of the contents, some of the titles that he says, just like I just gave you my opinion about the one. I haven't even seen the video yet. But just in the title sparks me to kind of like, well, you maybe I want to watch this. But no, because I know what it is. He's going to talk about how men look at his wives or like this or like this. That's immature, Jimmy. That's immature. That's where growing up needs to be. And that's where I comment on him need to grow up. That was no disrespect, Jimmy. Let's go on to the rest of your comment, Jimmy. If you demean someone, expect to be treated the same way. How have I demeaned Calvin Sunshine Shoulders? Give me an example. I have not demeaned him, because I don't have that in my bone to talk shit about somebody or demean someone or disrespect someone. That's not in my DNA. So I don't do that. Okay, so if you're going to point something out like that, then give me an example. Give me an example of how I demean Calvin or how I disrespected him. Give me an example. Just don't throw it out there, and let the chips fall where they bang. This one is from Glenn N. 2 days ago. He says, no such thing as minding your own business when your topic and blogs are being sent to viewers all over. He's going to have the mark, the private, not private, huh? No such thing as minding your own business when your topics and blogs are being sent to viewers all over. I got that. He's going to have to mark the private, not private, huh? Well, I agree with you. There's no such thing as private when you put a video out there. And if you don't want nobody to see it, mark it private. But the videos are out there. You say what you want to say and let the chips fall where they may. Thank you very much, Glenn. I appreciate you. It's the first time I've seen you, so you must be a new video to my channel. Quackers, Mr. Quackers. I love Mr. Quackers. Mr. Quackers, I quit watching most videos a while ago. I didn't know there was any beef. But you're right about there are only so many topics you can cover. I think back to when the first did SIM card registration, and every blogger was jumping to bring us the news, even though most of them viewers are not affected. So he agrees with me when I said there's nothing new under the sun when it comes to blogging. And he talked about when, the SIM cards came, then all the bloggers, all I want to talk about the SIM card. I didn't talk about it. I couldn't give two shits about it. But then, it seemed like everybody was bending over backwards trying to bring you the news. But then, there's nothing new under the sun. And when you're right, most viewers probably weren't even affected by the SIM card registration. Thanks. I'm about the only Filipino blogger I still watch every video without fail is Kumander, Kumandaot. I like seeing the places he travels, and I find the use of Messiah inspiring. I take that any day over someone telling me immigration information I can get myself online. There you go. You know, you know, um, you know. I haven't seen his blog, but I'm going to try to make an effort, to check it out, but like you said, it's about travel and Messiah Messiah and all that stuff like that. So I might check it out. Maybe it might give me some inspiration or something to comment on or to talk about in my blog. So thank you for that. Yeah, but like I said, immigration, all that stuff. You can talk about it all you want and whatever, and it's stuff you can get online. Okay. Anyway, let's go to a baddish Phoenix, Obada Phoenix, OBADIAHPHOENIX. The end was priceless, brother Dree. Love your light-hearted humor and the way you handle yourself, my man. You have created a lane of your very own with the best stories you tell and the fascinating rapport and trust you built in your community. When you do your walkabouts in the various markets you visit, it's better you stay far away from predictable echo chambers that tend to draw in the flunkies and don't lend itself to a little bit of criticism. That only helps open up different points of view of thought and correction sometimes. Just keep doing your thing, brother, because you put out a pretty good product that's entertaining to watch. Why, thank you very much, my brother Phoenix. They call you that. And that's all. That's what I like doing. That's what I like. Bringing sometimes the interaction into the community with the people. And I try to stay away from things that might have a backlash or something like that. But so far, I don't think I've had that problem. But you're right. Thank you very much for that pull up. Okay, this other one is from after the game. After the game, it says, you might have meant well, but you didn't tell another man who you are not even close friends with that he needs to grow up. You not ever see, let me read it. You might have meant well, but you don't tell another man who you are not even close friends with that he needs to grow up. Now, I already commented on that, about growing up. I'm just trying to let me read on, tell him to grow up, and then get surprised when he reacts the way he did. You could have expressed your opinion in a different way to get your point across instead of saying he needs to grow up. I would not have wanted to meet. It just changed on me. I wouldn't want it to meet up with you either. You did not know him well enough to say that to him. Okay, well, it wasn't about knowing him. It was about comment on the topic. I know enough as a man, living in my life and how I get down to know that if there's a situation, where yo, my man, you mean you can't walk, hey, yo, my man, you need to grow up. You need to get that shit out your life. You never said that to somebody, a total stranger. Even a young person. If you see a young person doing something that you better check yourself before you wreck yourself, yo, my man, you need to get that out your life. You need to grow up and start looking at life that way. That has nothing to do with knowing someone. That has something to do with dealing with the situation that what you're talking about or what I'm commenting on. It was not by getting. I didn't need to have to know him, to tell him that you need to grow up, man. You can't be running around here jealous over these peaches. I'm telling you, you don't need to be growing. You don't need to run around here being jealous over these peaches. There's too many of them. If you're that jealous over your peach, to get another one, you don't have to find an ugly woman and make her your wife. If you're that jealous, But no, all of you want to come in and get superstars, and then lay in bed, pissed off because someone's looking at her, or she's in there talking to someone, or she's speaking in a language because you don't understand, or she's on the phone and she give you your phone and say here, and you can't read it because it's in another language. Come on, man, grow up. Stop running behind these dames, man. You can't do it. You're gonna wreck yourself before you're gonna hurt yourself and wreck yourself. That's what's gonna happen, man. I mean, about him not meeting, Calvin and I have been communicating. I know him more than for over a year now. Him and I chatted. So you say I don't know. You don't know the extent of our relationship. And besides, if my opinion hurts you that bad, then I apologize. Don't grow up. Stay stuck in your own warped state of mind about, jealousy. But anyway, this was from WINGNUT. WINGNUT 4217. Everybody got to hustle. They just don't all work. Woo-wee! I like that. Everybody's got to hustle, but they just don't all work. And it's right. Now knowing you, my brother, I'm trying to stretch here. I'm trying to think that what you're talking about is that some people just want to want it easy, want it comfortable. You don't want to rock the boat. Don't want to get out of their comfort zone and do the work. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to get out of your comfort zone and do the work. I watch videos of bloggers who don't go nowhere, except they might go to a resort and talk about how nice and pretty it is, but you ain't talking to the people. You ain't in the culture. How you going to give me advice about the Filipino people if you aren't in there with the Filipino people? Okay, I'm watching my time. This is 17. Okay, if you're not in there with the Filipino people, dialogue with the Filipino people, loving the Filipino people, how are you going to give someone advice about the Philippines if all you want to do is talk about generic shit? So yeah, I agree with you, my brother. You got to get in there and do the work. Okay, WINGNUT. I agree with you. I'm gonna stop right here. This is part 1. Don't go away because I got more for you. You're watching Gerard Black and the Philippines with the Truth. Don't forget to subscribe, ring the bell, share, and like. And the reason why I'm taking this time to answer y'all because my viewer hit over 1,000 on that video, and each and every one of you need to have given you the respect to answer your comments. Not typing, because I want the world to know how I feel about your comments, and I'll be right back.